in here. Beautiful. All right. Guys, welcome to work. Happy Tuesday. So today, guys, I've titled this called The Moment Economy. And some of you guys who were with us at our event in Atlanta, I'm going to reference that as well, too. So I'm going to jog your memory in a minute. So I teased this a little bit on social media today with a quick little TikTok video and a post as well, too. So, guys, I want you to imagine this the other night. And if you guys, next time you're in Vegas, I'm going to take you for the same experience. But a good buddy of mine, superstar martial artist, stunt work, now working his way through the WWE, Justin Ortiz, which I will say this, if you guys ever get to fight with him, and Johnny's from Boston as well, too. I'll say, like, if you ever get to fight with this guy, he's a little dude, but he kicks freaking hard. He's the second funniest man I know, and he's probably the second hardest kicker I've ever experienced. So, but we go out Saturday night, Saturday night, and we basically was like, hey, he's got some free time. Let's just go just kind of explore Vegas for a little bit. So we went to Fountainebleau, it's a hotel here, and we basically were gonna hit a bunch of different restaurants, get appetizers, just kind of. He hasn't been to the hotel before, and Justin doesn't like spending money, but he likes the luxury life. Okay, so we go to a place in Cameron. Remembers this place? What's a place called Poppy Steak? It's in New York, or excuse me, it's a Miami restaurant, but I have one here in Vegas. And we're sitting at the bar, and we're just gonna get a drink and an appetizer, and then go to the next place. And we started talking. Now, just to give you concept, if you don't know Justin. Justin was a professional fighter. He fought kickboxing, plus he did sport karate. He just recently was in the Super Bowl halftime show as Bad Bunny's stunt double. He's been in a couple of movies with Marvel films. He was in a movie with The Rock. He was on Cobra Kai. So like, and his wife's probably more famous than him. I'm sure he's tired of hearing that. And so he's not, like, impressing him is not an easy thing to do. So we're sitting there looking at the menu. And Justin loves, again, the luxury life, but doesn't like to spend it. And he's really good about getting other people to spend money. And then come to think of it, I don't think he spent any money this week. So he's probably genius at this. And it's always been that way. So we're looking at the menu, and I'm bragging about the steak I make. By the way, guys, I make the best steak of anybody on planet Earth. Okay. My buddy Gordon taught me how to do it personally. Nobody makes a steak as good as me. And I don't even order steak at a restaurant anymore because they do not have Chef Aaron. So just telling you, John can make a good steak. It ain't this level, okay? It ain't this level. So, and I know Lakin's already, both Lakins are probably, one saying yes, the other one's like, she thinks she can make a steak too. We can talk about that later. So we're looking at the menu, and they have their list of steaks, and they got the Wagyu and all the fancy stuff. And they have this golden box. Okay, guys, it's $1,000. $1,000. First of all, I know a lot of you guys in here would never drop $1,000 on a steak at a restaurant. John's for sure not going to do that. Carissa's not doing that. Most of you guys aren't doing that kind of stuff. But we're talking about it, and I was like, the problem is, it's like I had a steak here before. Actually, Cameron and I had a steak here before, and it's nothing great. Like, again, mine's way better. As we're talking about it, here's what happens, guys. Totally, here's the experience. The restaurant had just opened. All right. All of a sudden, lights and sirens start going off. There's a DJ. Okay, so we're at a restaurant. DJ starts playing music. Lights and sirens go off. All of a sudden, all the staff, I'm not talking about one or two or five. I'm talking 30, 35, 40 people come to this one table. And they bring this golden box over. And the whole thing's orchestrated. Okay. Again, the whole restaurant. What do you think the whole restaurant's doing, guys? DJ's playing music loud, lights and sirens. Everyone, the whole staff comes around this table. And again, if you're on Instagram, you can go see in the story I just shared to kind of give you an idea what it is. And then this is not the cooked steak. This is just they bring the box with the steak in it and they show it to you. And they go back in and they go make it and bring it back to you. Okay. So that's the experience. I said, Justin, watch this. I was like, watch what's about to happen. And I just said that. Guys, what do you think happened 2 minutes later? Anybody want to guess what happened 2 minutes later? All of a sudden, lights and sirens, DJ starts playing the music. So exactly, it's the best marketing plan. They understand, you guys go through that RISE framework, right? The E, the experience. They understand that marketing is more important than selling. And your own product you deliver is one of your best forms of marketing. The experience you create. And so I did some research. On Super Bowl Sunday, they did 68 of those experiences. 68 in one night. Okay. Think about it. Now, by the way, when somebody drops $1,000 for a steak, do you think they're buying cocktails? You think they're buying sides, right? Like their bill's not $1,000. It's a $3,000-$4,000 meal. They did 68 of those in one night. They averaged 22 a night. 22 a night. For a steak that typically would be about at a restaurant like that $200, they upgraded it to $1,000. Okay, so now everybody got that experience, right? Because we're going to apply this to our own business model. And I want you guys to remember this, because as a entrepreneur, our responsibility is we need to always, you have always your numbers, we need to always be a student. We need to always be a student. We need to study what people are doing right, what people are not doing right, and what a lessons can apply for us. And so I tell you guys all the time, people pay for two things in life. Anybody know those two things we talk about? What are the two things people pay for?
Status and accountability.
Status and accountability, right? And so, like, think about it. Why did the next person automatically order that? And the next person automatically order is because they want the experience of what it feels for all those. Even if people say, I don't like attention, don't make a big deal. Okay. By the way, this first table had about 8 people at it. 4 of them were kids, right? Younger than my daughter. So, like, when people say the economy's in trouble, I'm like, somebody's dropping $1,000 on a steak for the kids. Come on now. All right. And you guys want to charge $200 a month, and people, you're like, oh, people complain about it. Yeah. It's because of how we package things. So those people weren't buying a steak. They were buying a celebration, an experience, AKA status. They want to feel something. So apply that. Okay. So now I'm going to give you contrast. Same day, I was bragging, because I'm a geek for these kind of things. I was bragging to Justin about the Vegas loop. If you guys don't know about this, there's a guy named Elon we talk about a lot. He owns a company called the Boring Company, and they build these tunnels underground. And so in Vegas, they keep building them. Okay. And so we went and took 2 of these, where you take a Tesla through a tunnel. Now, I'm a little claustrophobic. Anybody here that way too? Like, if you get in some tight spots, okay. And it's not as big as you think it's going to be. And however, it's a pretty cool experience, right? And it's a fast thing, but you're going through there. It's cleaner and nicer than you think a tunnel's going to be. It's lit really nice. Cars are going fast. The guys, who's been in a Tesla before? They take off fast, right? I mean, they're fast. But guess what? As you're going through this, and I'm guilty, I've done these a couple of times, but I'm pulling out my phone and videoing it, right? Now, eventually down the road, this is going to be such a normal thing that, but how do you guys do when you're on a plane, okay, and someone's on the plane and they're filming outside the window? Anybody see this? Okay. And I'm like, you guys never been on a plane before? Is it your first time? You never seen the sky before? But probably it's the first time. Okay. How many guys know people, they didn't have their first flight experience until they were 25, 35, 40? Anybody know people like that? Okay. Anybody here like that? Maybe your first experience was later in life. Okay. So, like, cool. For them, it's like, right? The goal is, though, is never lose that, and also appreciate the opportunity. Like, so, like, you want to have that childlike enjoyment where things don't get old hat, and at the same time, recognize what's really going on. So check this out. I did some research here and I brought these numbers up. Oh, by the way, anybody want to guess how much it costs for us to take these rides under the tunnels the other day in the Teslas? Anybody want to guess? Yeah, zero. So we have the $1,000 steak experience and we have the $0 tunnel experience. So I'm giving you the flip side, but I did some research on facts. The Vegas Loop has moved over 4 million passengers through this 11 stations. Okay, it's only a couple years old. The rides are free most of the time, and when they do charge, it's under $5. Okay, you can buy a full day pass from Resorts World to take you to different places, $5. That's basically free in Vegas. Okay, so if you can get anything in Vegas for $5, right, you're probably either getting a disease or you got the deal of a lifetime. So you got to be careful with that. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, they put up $52 million in bonds to help Elon's company build it. And they are paying Elon's company $4.5 million every year to operate it. Now, Elon supports it by giving his staff. He actually hires people that are engineers. Your drivers are not Uber drivers. These are people who work for Tesla and they're engineers. It's pretty crazy, okay? So Elon pays them, but the Conventions Bureau pays Elon's company. Now, they're not making money on the fairs, so where are they making money? Well, see, the convention center recognizes that this town, and I'm a numbers guy, this town has 3.2 million people between Henderson and Vegas, and 500,000 people on average come here every day. Huge percentage of people are just visiting. They're dumping their money and leaving, dumping their money and leaving. And so Las Vegas is built on conventions. They compete against Orlando. They compete against, Miami and LA. And how do they make their city more attractive? Is they want to create the opportunity to have an experience and to make life easier for people, right? Uber was tough to come to Vegas. We had taxis for a lot of years. Now Uber took a while, right? But now having this as an opportunity where you can go from the airport to the conventions area and not have to go through the traffic. And so they're willing to invest $4.5 million a year to create an experience that no one else is going to have. And they're going to make their money up between what they can charge for the conventions, because this is a value add or a value stack. Okay. So we're talking about $1,000 steak experience, the golden box, and then free. And so I want you to understand that this moment that's being created on both of these is a product. Okay. It's a product. So on one side, we have the golden box. That's what I'm calling it right now, because I probably is what the actual name is. That's a premium experience, premium price. And then we have the tunnel, the loop. Okay. And it's an experience that absorbs the costs, because think about this. You're being driven around in a Tesla in a tunnel built by the guy who made the company or made the car with his engineers. You don't think that it creates a level of curiosity, excitement for that brand? So you have one that's free that does cost a lot of money, but they give away for free to create the experience. And one is charging a premium, and both are giving you something that creates a moment. And so here's what I want you guys to think about right now. Do you have both of those inside your current business? Do you have the high ticket, high moment, golden level experience that people are willing to pay a premium to feel special, even though they don't want to be seen? I'll give you guys some examples how you can apply this to any business in a second. And then do you have the one that's free to the consumer, and they still get the same level of belonging, excitement? Do they pull their phone out for a moment? Okay. How many of you guys feel like you have both of these covered right now at a high level? Okay. Now, as I go through some of these, here an example. Don't do all of them. You should at least have one of each. I did these by accident. And didn't realize and understand how valuable they were. So let's go through this real fast, guys. Most people, and please take offense, I want you guys to take offense to this right now. Get pissed off, get upset, get angry at yourself, get angry at me that I'm bringing it up to you, okay? Most of you guys are charging $180, $200 a month for a tuition, which makes people think you're a gem. And I don't care what membership base you are. You could be a martial arts school. You could be any kind of subscription-based service. When you charge a monthly fee for something, people are going to treat you like they're paying for that month, right? You're giving away a belt at a promotion in a room that's just got fluorescent lights, folding table, okay? You're handing out your birthday flyers with Comic Sans on it, if you guys know what that is. I had asked Sarah if she knew what I meant by that, okay? You guys are running trial programs, and the very first thing that happens is you walk up to somebody with a clipboard, and then you're upset when they want to quit. It's not that you have a pricing problem. You're not creating the right levels of moments. You're not asking the right questions. You're not qualifying the right kind of customer. You're not creating an experience they can't receive just through you. You're creating just a service, and that's it. And service is important. We got to serve our people. But where are we creating these moments that tie them or anchor them in where they don't want to ever leave you? That they can still remember certain moments. By the way, guys, listen. 1993. Anybody remember where you were in 1993? Anybody remember? Okay. Some of you guys don't remember 1993. Speaking of Justin was born in 1993. So when I talked to him about this, I was like, oh crap. Okay. 1993, September 25th. That's the day I tested and earned my black belt. September 24th, that same year, I'm 12 years old. I know where I ate dinner. I know what I ordered. How is that? How is that? Yeah, right. Cameron wasn't even around, right? All right. Cameron, his mom and dad weren't even thinking about him yet. They were just practicing. Okay. So think about this. I am old. Yes, I am. I know. So think about this. Uh, how can I remember 33 years ago what I ate? Because the moment is so strong in my life. How many of you guys have a moment in your life where you can remember the smell, the look, the location? 9/11. You guys remember where you were? Okay. I know exactly where I was at. Anybody have those moments? Anybody have some positive ones? Anybody have some negative ones? Okay. What if you could intentionally create these moments for your families? And they don't need 10 of these. They need a few and they'll never leave. And when they do leave, they'll leave on the right terms. Guys, it is good for your clients to leave you if you served them right. Meaning, if someone walks in the door and says, Aaron, I need you to help me with my business. I got a text yesterday from a client. Okay. They're not rephrase. They're not a current client, but they celebrated with me yesterday. They sent me a text and said, hey, we just achieved this. Could not have done it without you and your teachings. And instead of, like I celebrated with them. I was like, man, that's awesome. Proud of you guys. Y'all are doing it. Like, it's okay for people to achieve what they need through you. Don't be butthurt when they leave you because you serve them right. They're supposed to move to the next level. So understand, it's like, instead of getting upset at your people when they leave you because you're actually just running a subscription model and you don't actually fall in love with your people, you fall in love with the money that they gave you initially and then you're pissed off when they quit. Fall in love with creating moments with them. Tie in. I'm visiting one of you guys this weekend, and I'm going to literally, I love this story. I'm going to be gone 24 hours, and we're going to create probably roughly $250,000 in revenue in less than 24 hours for that business. I'm excited for the opportunity. And today I'm communicating with the families. And basically I shared a story about my personal life. And then I asked them to tell a story about their kid. So far, a few of them responded, which is already awesome. Right. And so I don't know if you, Lake, and I don't know if you and your team have read those, but like, that's awesome already. There's that communication going on. You guys got to create these moments. There's ways to do it. Okay. So let's talk about the premium moment. And the guys, what I want you to do is give me some ideas after go through these. Let's think about the poppy steak golden box moment. What are things you can create? So a lot of you guys, you have the pinnacle moment in your business, right? For martial arts schools, the end is not black belt, but a lot of people think that's the end of the journey because that's what you've kind of programmed them to. Like, what do you charge for black belt testing? Is it a test or is it an experience? Is it a moment? We have a video on YouTube. It's a long video if you guys want to go to, but exactly how we do ours, right? How could we charge $1,500 for experience where other people are charging $250 or $500? Oh, and by the way, we invested 100% of the money into marketing of the next level. So take this out. Almost 140 people went through our last black belt experience in my former brand. Okay. Do that times 1,500. It's a pretty big number. We invested 100% of the money on the experience we were creating for them and for marketing for the next people. You're not doing it just to create revenue. You're doing it to keep the engine going. Okay. So if you have black belt testing or some kind of pinnacle moment, are you packaging it in a way that it's a premium product or are you just doing like everybody else does it? Okay. What about birthday parties? What about birthday parties? You guys should use these as a marketing option. Also, I know Brianna's on the call. One of the things to add to our call later today is birthday parties. They're such a good marketing opportunity for anything dealing with kids. Okay. Guys, you need to go research how much it costs to do a birthday party. Go look, research anywhere in your market right now for running a birthday party for a 7-year-old kid. You're not spending less than $1,000. Okay. And the service, you should just go, like, if you don't have a kid, okay, some of you guys need to go borrow some else's kid. It's not even their birthday. Just go pay for a birthday party and go see what the experience is like. Like, Tara's kids are already older. She just need to go borrow some else's kid, go pay for a party somewhere, go drop $1,200, go see how bad the service is. There's this trampoline park. I'm not going to say a name. Okay. They are owned by the devil themselves. And they 100% have the shittiest, I know I was going to cuss, experience for a birthday party. And you're going to drop $1,500. Okay. Horrible experience. And if I'm ever invited to a birthday party at one of these places, I literally automatically like exit those people out of my life. Like, no, we don't have the same value system. Go there on a Saturday and see you want to talk about chaos? I had hair before I went, just so you know. And literally that's what did it for me. Okay. Chuck E. Cheese at least has some structure to their parties. Okay. Birthday parties are a great experience. How many guys do birthday parties? It's a great marketing opportunity. Don't do it for revenue. And don't do it at all if you don't know how to do the system right. Why don't you guys have $1,000 or $2,000 birthday party experience? Because you don't think somebody's going to spend it. I used to have hair, yes. The last party that I spent money on for my daughter was $10,000. Okay, she was turning 9 years old, Lakin. Last time I actually did like a party. Now she just wants experiences, which is smarter. Yeah, we dropped 10 grand on my stupid guys. STUPID with a big old D. Yeah. She don't even remember the party. You don't think there's someone, John, in your business right now, I'll be like, hey, we got a $10,000 experience. They'll be like, oh, wait, I can have that. Okay. That's the great question, Clarissa. That's the question we're going to ask. Okay. What about your private lessons? Sarah's going to be selling private lessons today. Okay. First of all, you shouldn't do private lessons. You should do semi-privates. 3 people doing the same goal. That's your standard. That's $150 for 30 minutes, $200 for 30 minutes. What if someone wants to work with, they don't want to work with Sarah. They want to work with Aaron. And they don't want 3 in a lesson. They want to be just them. Like John should not let people get directly to him. It should be 3 people on a semi-private lesson for 30 minutes. That's $150 per person for that 30 minutes. They got to buy 4 at a time, but they want him directly and they want to commit to 6 months with just him. That's 10 grand, guys. John, I did a reconnaissance at that hotel the other day. You're going to freak out on the information I found out. OMG, dude, they train once a year, and it's not even required. And it's 2 guys. They don't even know who they are, no certifications. And they have 30 security people there, and none of them have any martial arts background. I could take over the whole hotel and create chaos and by myself with no gun. I'm telling you, man, dude, they lose $4 million a week at the hotel right now. So they don't care about money, apparently. Okay. It is crazy. Hey, but I went and talked to 2 security guards just for you on Saturday. So yeah, crazy, man. Okay. Next, what about, this was the crazy one, because this was one I want to do for us. Anybody ever been to a wedding before? Okay. Anybody plan on going to a wedding ever in the future? Okay. Anybody plan on being in a wedding one day? If I ever talk about doing another one, somebody better choke me. Okay. See, sometimes I'll say things to see if I get a response out of somebody. I'm waiting for my daughter, Sarah, somebody to say something, but that's okay. Here's the thing. Who's ever been to a destination wedding? Isn't that way more fun than going to some like let's go to Cabo and do a wedding? Okay, hold up. What about a destination test? That's a little crazy. No, ain't nobody can do that. Oh, we did actually karate cruise before, and we had 50 people do it with us. All right. What about some kind of destination event? Guys, create experience. You know, a lot of people want to travel, but you know why they don't travel? Because they don't know how to. You don't think there's 10 people in your business that would do a destination experience? How many guys have already flown to Vegas this year to come see me? Almost everybody here. Okay. How many guys are coming back this year? How many guys I'm coming to you at some point? Like the travel is like when you ask people, what do you want to do in life? Oh, I want to travel. But they don't know how to figure it out. What if you created the opportunity for them to be able to do that? So these are your high ticket type options. Okay. What about the free stuff? What about the very first time someone walks into your business? What if there's I'm going a little crazy, no cost. What if you literally, they're not even a client yet. What if you rolled out a red carpet just for that day when they're walking in? Okay. You get these really easy on Amazon. What if you have some kind of custom card you hand them, they walk in? Okay. What if Clarissa was here a couple weeks ago and she saw Isaac. Some of you guys have met Isaac, one of our little kids at the school, and he would go greet everybody coming in the door. What if you train some of your kids to go greet everybody and you say, hey, we have a new kid walking in today. His name is Johnny. Guys, that costs $0, a little bit of planning, but they haven't even signed up yet. You think they're going to go down the road and have the experience like that? Okay. Think about it. How can you create a moment one of the things that I have done a lot of research on and just haven't found a way to do this in some kind of cost effective way. I want to ship, even if they're in the same town. Now we're going to do this as a DoorDash experience. What if you could ship somebody a box? Pink Box Donuts, guys. If you ever get to come to Vegas, go to Pink Box Donuts. Their box is the best. They have the best marketing. Go in their stores. You guys should go see. Marketing is more important than selling. But I want someone to get a box delivered to their house. They haven't even come in for their first appointment, and they open the box, and the whole box is a marketing play about the mission, about what we stand for, about the movement we create. And it's an unboxing, right? And there's something for the uniforms for the kid. And it's got his name, it's got his board, and there's a little thing to explain to parents about, they're going to experience. No one's going to have that level. And then, hey, by the way, if you love this experience, because that's an Instagram or TikTok moment for a parent. And by the way, if you love the experience, here's how you can gift this. You can gift this to the next 5 of your friends. Okay. What about doing parent appreciation nights? Not just customer appreciation nights, but like most of you guys are dealing with kids as your primary customer. What about doing something just for your parents? Right. I'm not saying like it ain't, it ain't tacos and tequila night. It ain't that. Okay. I'm sorry. Some of you guys just got a little butt hurt. Okay. We did a wine night one time in the Christ School. I would not recommend it. It got a little crazy. Okay. Get a lot of, yeah.
What would you recommend for like a parent appreciation night?
So I'll tell you a couple things we did. Now I go crazy. I go crazy. When I was in South Carolina, I hired a band from Nashville to come in. We did a private concert. Cost me $5K. That's a little wild and crazy. But this was for all my volunteers, right? And then we just had little finger free type stuff or whatever like that. Now on a low level, parent appreciation night, I would run it almost like a piano. I do 2 hours. I would have some kind of speaker come in, do some kind of training, do a little social time, do some icebreaker, do some games. You don't think parents like playing games? Come on now. Anybody ever played Mexican Train? All right, come on. People love games. By the way, anything that gets people off of this thing, right? And then a little grab bag. I was invited to an event. Yeah, Cameron does these fantasy casino nights. Okay. I was invited to an event last week, and I'm sure it was a high ticket night. All right. But it was just a networking event. But they had freaking person going around playing a violin. They had somebody doing poetry writing. They had somebody doing tarot card reading. They had a little wine when you walked in. Right. I mean, that's a little next level. But do something where it's like an experience that they're not going to have anywhere else. The money invested in that will create a moment. Because what about parents? Like, when did they actually they got a 3-year-old, they got a 6-year-old. Like, when's anybody doing anything for them? The only mail they get are bills. The only events they go to are for their kids. Like right now, when have you guys gone to an event that like someone threw for you? Probably hasn't happened. Okay. What about just doing random gift nights where it's like, anybody here done a raffle before? Like you put your name in a raffle? I've never won on a raffle. Anybody here never won? I've never won. Like I'm the worst luck when it comes to this. Like literally could be 4 names in there and I have 3. That one name is being the one pulled. Okay. What if you just did something like that where it's like on a random, day of the month, you're like, you do some kind of prize drop. And you find a random way to do it. Make it fun. Make it exciting. Make it a little bit of like, tonight's the night. Okay. The whole point of this is, what can you do for free to create a moment in your business that people remember that? Yeah, let's go look on people's reviews of different businesses. Typically, every negative review is because, and most positive reviews are begged for, but most negative reviews are because of one moment, bad server at a restaurant, somebody messed up on an appointment, right? Disney has this thing where they did research and takes 33 positive experiences after one negative experience just to get even, just to get back on the same playing field, which tells you you'll never get even. You'll never get back right. So how do you create moments so you don't ever have to? So now, you guys, anybody know my favorite language? Anybody here know me well enough to know my favorite language? Man, nobody loves me.
Love language? I don't know.
What is my favorite love language?
Gift giving.
Experiences.
Experiences, right?
Oh, wait. What is it?
Well,
Words
what's
of
my
affirmation?
Okay, let's go through all of them, okay? I like love, guys. Come on, give me some love, John. I love love. I love love, okay? How about this? What's my favorite language to speak in? How do you take emotion out of language?
Math.
What say it again?
Math. Numbers.
Oh, woo. It's getting hot. Shirt's about to come off. And I have sensitive nipples right now, guys, so can't do that, okay? All right. I like making Clarissa smile. So here we go. Math don't lie. Math don't lie. Black don't crack and math don't lie. So here we go. Take your student count right now. Take your student count. Write it down. I want you to do some math. This is taking a lesson that I just taught and let's put it to work. Remember, I told you at the very beginning, guys, my intent is for you guys to go take action right now. Everybody got your student count written down? Client customer count written down? Let's play the game that you create a golden box product. Golden box product. Okay? I want you to take your student count and let's pretend only 20% of your students will ever buy this year. So take your student count times 0.2. That means you have 20 out of 100, 40 out of 200. Everybody can do some math, right? And I want you to pick a price point. I'll give you two options. Do you want to create a $500 or $1,000 opportunity? Now remember, this is a $1,000 steak that day that you're going to eat that night. It's not something that's lasting for 6 months. This is an experience for one moment. You want a $500 moment or a $1,000 moment? Pick a price. Do the math and write it down. I just want you to write it down. See if you guys want to use a calculator or a pen or pencil or a brain. I don't know. So this is not a 3-month membership. We're not talking about adding on. I'm talking about creating one moment. So if you have 100 people, 100 clients, 20% buy, you picked $1,000. That's 20K of new revenue this year. John's got 200 plus people. He creates a $1,000 product. 45 people say yes. That's 45K in new money for a one-time experience. You guys don't believe people drop that kind of money every day in this town for an experience. When F1's here, it's $60,000 for bottle service. For something you're going to drink, they ain't buying the drink. They're buying the moment. The moment. Okay? So, problem is you guys don't value yourself at a high enough level. Okay? That's new money. What about the free experience you can create that creates forever money? Forever money. What does it mean? You create a moment in someone's life through their kid, they never leave you. They become your staff one day, they're all in. They'll quit their job, they'll move wherever you move. What's the cost of that? Planning, preparation, one moment. You have a customer for life. They don't become a customer, they become family. They become a fan. They become a catalyst for the culture you're creating. They push the movement forward. So let's apply this. If you guys were on the calls, we talk about, it's pretty simple, right? We need reach. We need to be out to the world. Best product doesn't win, best known wins. We need to be known. Okay. So that's the reach. We need to be able to invite people to us, right? And that invitation is an offer. It's an invitation to try us out, to experience us, what we're doing. Okay. Serving your clients, service and senior to selling. We got to constantly find ways to serve them best, meet them where they are, meet them where they are, meet them where they are, and to create an experience that they cannot have anywhere else. If you do that, you're going to win the game. You're not going to have a retention problem. Your customers are not leaving you. Okay. So, where are you doing a great job of marketing when you create these moments? If I have a free moment, if I had a red carpet rolled out for a client walking in the door for the first time, they haven't signed up yet. They're not even a client. They're a potential client, but I'm going to treat them like their client. How are you creating a moment to market that to other people? How are other people seeing this? When you do a graduation, when you do an event, are you recording it and documenting it and selling the world by showing the world what you do so you set yourself apart from everyone else? Or do you keep it so hidden because I don't know how to use social media. I don't want to be on TikTok. All right. I don't want to be on these platforms. And so the key is, what are your daily habits? A moment that's delivered one time is a fluke. You got lucky. But if you can deliver this moment every single day as part of your culture, is who you are, you don't think the steak is delivered every single day, 365? Hell yeah, it is. Otherwise, it would be on the menu. So here's a challenge, and then we'll do some Q&A. Today's Tuesday. We're going to call it 10 o'clock on the Pacific Coast here, 1 o'clock East Coast, 48 hours from today. Everyone here is an owner. Take responsibility, okay? And if you guys do notice, I moved your staff to be on a once a month call instead of being on this call. So I wanted I did that intentionally so we could talk about hiring and firing and all those type of things on this call. I'm going to give you guys 48 hours to hit me with a message. You can email me, you can text me. I don't care how you do it. This is called accountability. People pay for two things in life: status and accountability. I want you just before this time on Wednesday, give me your concept of your golden box and your tunnel free experience. Give me both. Give me 3 that you either have or will create. You don't have to have it all fleshed out perfectly. That's what you got me for. I'll help you with that. But I want to see the 3 that you're thinking about. And then there's a follow-up to that. I want you to tell me the one that's your favorite. So give me the 3 that you're thinking about. Maybe you do. Some of you guys already do birthday parties, but you do it kind of weak, right? What's your golden box version and what's your free version of what you're going to do? Give me your top 3 that you want to do or are doing, and give me the one that's your favorite of each one. What I'm going to commit to is before Saturday, I will help you actually create it as a product. All right. We'll create a moment into a product. So that's my commitment to you. All right. Anybody cannot do this. Go ahead and tell me right now you can't do it. Somebody tell me you can't do it. Say I'm dazed, confused, lost in the sauce. Anybody can't do this? Anybody mentally unable, physically unable? Lake needs to eat more steaks if she can. Okay. Let's go. Okay. All right. So we're all committed to that. So now what we'll do is I'm going to stop on that and we're going to do Q&A real quick. Now, let me say this and then I'll pause this.